Well. Season 21 of Thompson Friends. Man, this season was amazing. And short. Yeah, this season was short. This season actually had 18 episodes, 6 less than usual. And you know what's strange is that last season, in season 20, they actually had 28 episodes, 2 more than usual. The Thompson Friends seasons usually have 26 episodes in a season, but last season was 28, and this time it was 18. So that's a little strange. And you're probably wondering how I know that this season has 18 episodes. It's because I may have been looking on Twitter a few days ago, and Mattel actually revealed that the season only has 18 episodes. And before you ask, no, I do not have a Twitter account, because my freaking sister refuses to give me, including my mom, one. She's a jerk. And because of this, they would usually have like 6 new episodes next year, like in February, I believe. And they will always introduce a token newbie of the season. Like, season 18, the token newbie was Samson. Then season 19, it was Philip. Then season 20 was Hugo, even though people like to pretend that Glenn was actually the token newbie. But this season, I don't even know there was a token newbie or not. I mean, the newbies this season was Hannah, Carly, and I guess sort of Big Mickey, considering that even though this wasn't his first appearance in a series, this was his, first, speaking introduction and when he was named. Now, yes, they are newbies, a little bit of Big Mickey. Oh, excuse me. But they weren't really a token newbie. Usually a token newbie of the season has, 2 episodes to themselves. Now, Samson in season 18 had 3 episodes to himself. Well, 2 days started in the most, and one of them... Well, he appeared in 4 episodes, whatever. And Philip having 2 episodes to himself in season 19, and Hugo having 2 episodes to himself in season 20, even though they were a little bit boring in my opinion. Now, Carly sort of had 2 episodes to herself this season, although in Cranky at the End of the Line, she just appeared at the end. And both that and New Crayon Doc are mostly about Cranky. I mean, yes, they're sort of a bit about Carly, but again, Cranky at the End of the Line, Carly's not introduced until the second half, but, I guess there wasn't actually a token newbie, just regular newbies. Now, these newbies this season wasn't bad. Hannah was freaking crazy insane and nearly murdered Toby, but it's nice to see that she and Henrietta are both sisters. Just a little strange how apparently coaches can be sisters. Wait, does that mean that Amy and Clarabelle are sisters? I'm just kidding, I knew that Amy and Clarabelle were sisters from the start. Carly and Big Mickey were also nice. I wasn't really too ecstatic about Big Mickey because, he was really just fan service. It's strange how, when a classic character from Thompson Friends, when they get introduced, people love them for about a couple of months, and I still love Duck. I'm not gay. And then they just kind of forget about him. And speaking of Duck, he only made a cameo, which, to be honest, I wish he was shoehorned in an episode. I love! Sorry, I got too carried away there. But, yeah, as for Big Mickey, even though he was also fan service, people still love him. And before this, I'm not trying to say that I hate Big Mickey. I think he's an alright character. I just think that his appearance in New Crayon Doc was shoehorned. There, I said it. Go ahead, boo at me. Boo. Go, boo. Yeah. We also, like I said, returning characters. We had 2 recurring... Oh my god, I can't talk today. This season, we had 2 returning characters. Terrence, who was revealed to be returning this season, earlier this year. And Bulgy, who we didn't even know was going to return to the series. Unless if you saw a thumbnail of a certain video of Unscheduled Stops, like I did. Because when I first watched Unscheduled Stops, I saw a thumbnail with Bulgy in it. And I got major spoilers! So yeah. And this episode gave lots of the engine spotlights. I mean, for goodness sake, Daisy technically had her actual returning appearances in season 20, and she had 3 episodes to herself, and a 4th one, well, not really a 4th one, but just having her have an early crash. And this season had 3 episodes about Daisy again. That isn't a problem or nothing. I love them all. It's just crazy how Daisy literally had 3 episodes to herself last season and this season. I mean, you had Springtime for Diesel, where it was sort of about Diesel because his name was in the title. But to be honest, it was more about Daisy, where Diesel just wants to have sex with her. And then you have a Most Singular Engine, which is also an episode about Diesel and Daisy. But not only them, it was also about Harvey, who hasn't had a speaking role since season 20. Well, in season 20, Harvey didn't really speak. He only had, like, 1 laugh in, Blown Away, and that was it. But I'm just so happy that... Oh, I thought I had hiccups for a sec. That Harvey actually had 2 roles to himself. Well, technically, in a Most Singular Engine, it was about Harvey, Daisy, and Diesel. But basically, Second Gear, yeah, that was mostly about Harvey. But I'm just so happy that it gave Harvey freaking roles in episodes again. I'm so happy about that. People don't like the episode Second Gear because it acts like a Sharon Miller episode, but I'm gonna be that one guy who says that I love Second Gear. And it was originally my favorite episode ever, season 20, until I'll tell you later. The reason why I love Second Gear so much is because Harvey has hilarious moments. Thomas was shoehorned. Yeah, I love Thomas shoehorned. That was a joke, obviously. But I was just so happy that Harvey got another role in an episode again. He hasn't had a role to himself, well, technically since a Most Singular Engine, but like I said before, that was a mixture of Harvey, Daisy, and Diesel. But he hasn't had a role to himself since season 17, which was Gone Fishing, which I love that episode a little bit more than Second Gear. But Second Gear comes as a close second to my favorite Harvey episode ever, even though people say it's a freaking Sharon Miller episode. I don't know. Heck, this season they even gave freaking Sir Topham Hatt's mother a role! And Jesus, Dowager Hat's busy day was just hilarious! I mean, Dowager Hat's funny moments was hilarious, especially with, like, for example, Percy's moments. I mean, look at Percy right here! He's trying desperately to get that freaking hanky off of his nose because that has Sir Topham Hatt's boogers! And then we have Percy trying to struggle with the Express. All the engines causing confusion and delay. Oh my gosh, that's so great. They even gave Cranky 2 roles also. These Cranky episodes this season was amazing. I especially loved Cranky at the end of the line. Not only with the funny humor, but this scene. If you've seen my season 21 reviews back in like October and September, you would know that I said at this episode with that Cranky Nightmare sequence that was basically the darkest scene ever in Thomas and Friends. I mean, sure, there was maybe a little bit darker scenes like in season 5 because, you know, those were dark episodes and characters like Scruffy and the Spiteful Brakeman basically died. Well, Scruffy didn't, although he doesn't really appear in the series anymore, so I guess he pretty much is dead. But still, that was the darkest thing in the CGI Thomas and Friends series. But I love it. Runaway Engine was also the only episode to not have Thomas appear, which people say is a good thing. I mean, yeah, it's alright, but Thomas is my favorite character, so I guess it's a good thing, because he didn't get shoehorned. Oh look, Steven bounced. Also in Runaway Engine, finally, Scarloey and Luke speak again. I'm so glad that the writers didn't forget about Luke. We also had characters like Rosie, well, basically the only character, being painted red. The fastest red engine on Sodor. Dear God, that episode. And you're probably wondering why I said it like that, like I hate it, but no, I actually love it. I mean, this episode was intense and amazing. I mean, with James's running out of brake fluid and crashing into the shed. Seriously, this season nearly had lots of people having, like, you know, nearly dying. I think I said that wrong. What I mean is that lots of characters in the series nearly died. I mean, for goodness sake, almost all the workmen at freaking Brandon Docks nearly died. From Harvey and Cranky, I mean, seriously, they nearly died from all this. James nearly died, Toby nearly died, Hannah nearly died. Oh my god! This season also gave some art characters, not only the ones that I didn't actually talk about, but characters like Edward, roles in episodes. I mean, PA Problems and A New Show for Edward were episodes about Edward, which were really nice. I mean, this season was amazing. And now that I'm saying it, this actually may be a little bit better than Season 20 in my opinion. Now, granted, it didn't really, you know, have the amount of episodes at Season 20, which I was kind of hoping that would probably have like 20 episodes again. But I'm okay with it because they gave so many art characters roles in this season. And I just love it. I mean, we have roles for Diesel, Daisy, Glenn, Steven, Millie again, Harvey, Toby, Edward, James, Rosie, Donald Douglas, Emily, Terrence, Thomas. Oh my god, this was just amazing. Oh yeah, and Gordon Spector too, but who cares about them? This season was just absolutely amazing. With the humor, the great story plots, and the characters with their roles in general. So now, I guess with all that done, I'm going to, start with my favorite episodes from, number 10 to number 1. Oh, that just got weird. Okay, so let's start this. Here we go. Number 10, Philip's Number. This episode was just super hilarious. With Philip's funny humor, even though people kind of hate him now because of what he did to Edward. But still, this episode was funny in general. Number 9, Confused Coaches. I love this episode because it's an episode about Gordon and Spencer. And we haven't had an episode about Gordon and Spencer since freaking Season 7, actually. Even though they kind of had some sort of rivalry ship, I kind of said that wrong, in King of the Railway. I also love that burn from Gordon about Spencer not having a tender. That was priceless. PA Problems at number 8. This episode was hilarious. When I reviewed this episode back in my Season 21 reviews, I gave this a 4 out of 5. Although I think now I'll give it a 5 out of 5, considering that this is in my top favorite episodes list. It's because of the funny humor, Edward having a role, and especially Sir Tom Hat trying to fix the freaking PA system, and giving the engines the darn wrong jobs, just like his mother. Number 7, New Crane on Dock. I love this episode not only because of Big Mickey's speaking role, but because we actually get to see how Carly's doing at Brandon Docks, and she's a very interesting character in my opinion. Although lots of people don't really like her. Although, I think she's pretty cool. Better than Beresford. Number 6, Daisy's Perfect Christmas. I love this episode because of Daisy's hilarious humor in this. Especially at this part where she literally is about to murder everyone on Sodor. Number 5, Sucking Gear. Now, you're probably wondering why this is in my top 5, even though it acts like a Sharon Miller episode. I'm just so happy that Harvey got another role. I just love him really much. He's one of my top 10 favorite characters, to be honest, also. So that's why it is in my number 5 place. Number 4, A Shed for Edward. Now, before I continue what I like about this episode, I just need to tell you something. This may be a little bit of cheating, but both A Shed for Edward and A Most Singular Engine is both in my top 4. I mean, both of them are just hilarious and very funny, and I just don't know which one I like better. So that's why A Most Singular Engine and A Shed for Edward are both at number 4. Number 3, Darius Breaks the Ice, and, Unscheduled Stops. I'm sorry! I just can't! Unscheduled Stops and Terrence Breaks the Ice are just so amazing because Terrence and Bulgy, I don't know. I don't know which one to choose. Bulgy or Terrence. I don't know. You're just both so freaking good. Not episode 2. 2. The fastest redemption on Sodor. Like I said before, because of an amazing plot and James crashing into the end of the shed and a fast pacing. And number 1 is my favorite episode ever, Emily in the Middle. Because of Donald Douglas arguing, Emily, now I like her more, and Tom's getting shoehorned. That was my season 21 review. Thanks for watching.